is your distributions. You will be looking at your distribution here. So let's see how to do this. You're having 50 data as your class interval. So the class interval is your daily income. So this is 250 to 300, 300 to 350, 350 to 400, 400 to 450, 450 to 500 as a class interval, and the frequency is your number of workers, that is 12, 14, 8, 6 and a 10. So let me remove the cumulative frequency also. I am adding up this one over here. Now when I am adding these two, the result is a 26. Now when I am adding these two, the result is a 34. When I am adding these two, the result is a 40. Now when I am adding these two, the result is a 50. So here sigma of f of I is equivalent to your sum of all your cumulative frequencies. Now this is the data given up to here, isn't it? So let's look at the next one. Convert the distribution above. This distribution, you need to make it as a less than cumulative frequency. So that's your less than cumulative distribution. See, cumulative frequency I have taken here. The general rule to do this is, if they are asking you the lesser than cumulative value, then you need to note down the coordinates. Now for less than, you should take the higher class interval value. For the less than cumulative frequency, you need to take the higher class interval, and this is your CF. Over here also I am taking the larger one, and this is your CF. Okay, so all these are your required frequencies values. Okay, so as you all remember, this is your y-axis, and let me name this as your x-axis. Okay, over in x-axis I am taking this value is 200, this value is 250, this value is 300, 350, 400, 450, and this is your last value 500. So I can write here the graph value as x-axis 1 unit equal to your 50 centimeters. So if you are looking at y values, you are having it as a multiples of 5 centimeters. So ignoring these values literally because they are of no need, as we have only a limited of area to write. So that is I am restricting it. If you are looking at this value, it is at 300 is at x-axis and y-axis is at 12, right? So this is what 300, 12. So the next is your 350, 350 to 26. It is approximately over here, right? So I can take this as 350 to 26. If I look at the next value, 400 to 35. 400 is at exactly 35. So this is your 400, 35. Then next is at 450, 450 to 40. 450 to 40. This is 450, 40. The next one is 500 to 50. So this is your maximum value, 500 to 50. Now using your free hand, you can join this dot. Okay, if you are joining this dot, is your required graph. It is your required graph. It is your required graph. So this graph is itself. This graph here itself. This graph here itself is known as less than type cumulative frequency distribution. Okay, so it is increasing. Okay, so let's look at the next sum. Yeah, here if you look at the next sum, you are having some data also, and is asking you to solve this using the formula also. Okay, So I'll just substitute everything directly from this graph only. So here we will be getting the data as your class interval, your frequencies. Let me write here is your cumulative frequencies. Okay, so it is less than 38, right? So let me write it below 38. The next thing is 38 to 40. The next would be 40 to 42. The next is 42 to 44. The next is 44 to 46. The next is 46 to 48. The next is 48 to 50. The next one would be your 50 is to 52. Okay, so this is your given data. And your frequencies are 0. So the cumulative frequency is 0. This validates data. Looking over here itself is also around 35 only. So we need to remove the frequency here. So how do I remove the frequency? We will be doing it reverse. Subtraction of these two is your 3. Subtraction of these two is 4. Subtraction of these two is 14. No. Subtraction of these two is your 5. Now subtraction of these two is your 4. Now subtraction of those two is your 2. This is your 3 and this is your 0. Now he is asking us to get me the type as less than. So I'll take the maximum class interval. Maximum class interval with your cumulative frequency. Remember that. Maximum value with cumulative frequency, 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 maximum value with your cumulative frequency. Right, up to here am I clear? Good? Yes, good. So let us take the values of x-axis and the y-axis here. See what I'll take here is I'll be taking x-axis 1 unit is equivalent to your 2 centimeters. Let me take this as to your required values, or else I can write here 1 centimeter equals to your 2 units. I think in the last time also we did the same thing, right? Yeah. So here also let me take it here. Y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to your 4 units. I hope I am clear up here, right? So when I am taking the values of your y-axis, if you are observing the values of y-axis, it is up to your 36, right? So if I write here 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, yeah. So let me write it from here like 4. This is your 8, this is 12, so this would be this value, right? So this would be your 16, this would be your 20, this is your 24, and this is your 28, and the rest whatever the maximum is, you can draw it up to there. Okay, so this is only your y-axis, you need to remember. So let us look at the x-axis. X-axis is taken as like that. So I'm taking from here as a diagram, then you'll be having some values up to here. I'm taking this value as your 36. The next would be your difference of 2, 38. The next is 40. The next is 42. The next is 44. The next is 46. The next is 48. The next is your 50. And the last is your 52. If you borrow it, you can draw it, or you can skip this one as well. So let's get the answers done over here. So here 38 is your x-axis and your y-axis is 0. Means it's over here. Look at 38, 0. The next is your 40, 3. The next one is your 42, 5. It's somewhere over here. 42, 5. The next one is 44, 9. So it is somewhere over here. 44, 9. The next is your 46, 40. The next is your 46, 14. The next coordinate is 48, 28. I can take it over here. Yeah. 48, 28. And the next one is 50 comma 32. That is your next value is 50 comma 32. So as we are having lack of area, that's the reason I do it like this. Okay. Now joining all the dots would give us the required value. You need to progress using your free hand only. So this is how we will be getting this dotted line. Okay. And we need to remove the median of this data. So let me write the median formula as you all know that L, and that is substituting everything, or else let me write the formula of a CF of F into your H, right? So the L value, what is your lowest frequency value, you should be taking that one into your considerations. Okay, if you're taking the oligo, it is in the middle of somewhere, right? Using this graph I can do it. Okay, so let me take the highest frequency or the lowest frequency over here given is what? So where is this gone? So this is your 14, right? 14. Yeah, so this is your frequency 265 to 78, and this is your number of farmers. So this is your number of farmers. The number of farmers is you 2, 12, and 6. Now the cube over here. I think this is your more than time. Hence, you should be doing it from downward. Thing is over here. Now add up here. Now if we are adding up these two, we will be getting 4. Now adding up these two, we will be getting 70. Add up these two, we will get 90. Adding up these two, we are getting 98. And adding up this is the 100. Okay. So for more than type, you should be going from reverse on. If you remember this one directly. So here, as it is from more than a type, the coordinates for the modern type is the coordinate that your points are. You need to take the lower number, that is comma 100 is your coordinate. Here it is 55 comma 98. Here it is a 60 comma 90. Here we'll have 65 comma 78. Here, here 4. Here 75 comma 80. I think this is 6, right? Yeah, so this, I hope I'm clear up to here. No doubt about it, right? So there's no doubt about it. So let me write the values here. So we will be taking the x-axis as 5 centimeter axis. 1 unit equal to your 5 centimeter. Similarly, y-axis and taking 1 unit similarly as 5 centimeter. Now if you're looking at x-axis, it's around 50, 55. So let me take it around here 30, or let me take it around 40, 45. This is 50. This is your 55. This is your 60. This should be 65. This should be your 70. This is 5. And again, this is 80, and so on. And let me take these values over here as your 95. This as 90. This as your 85. This as 80. This as your 75, and so forth. Okay. So for the first one, if you are taking it, it's around 50 to 100. So 50 to 100 is somewhere over here. I write it. 50 is your x-axis, and this is your y-axis. The next is your 55 to 98, somewhere over here. The next would be your 62, 90. So this is 0, right? 90. 60 to 90, each of this one. This here 60. to 90. Okay. So the next one is 65 to 78. So 65 to 78 approximately. So 65 to 78. 78 is beyond over here. Over there, over here, right? 65 to 78. Okay. So the next thing is 72, 54. They will be hanging somewhere over here. So approximately, if I draw the graph, I'm getting a graph in this of like that. So this is your more than frequency graph. Okay, more than a type of distribution. More than a type distribution where the distribution is decreasing itself. Hence, this ends your chapter. That's it. So this will be ending your chapter. I hope.